The views, comments, and opinions of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of Morris Media Studios, MorrisMediaLive.com, or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
Wow, hey, how you doing?
I'm good.
How was your weekend?
My weekend was busy but fabulous.
Great. So, while we're up here getting ready to find out what's going on, I just want to say hello to everyone out there to Between the Sheets.
Hey.
I'm Silky D.
And I'm Fireplace Lane.
Yes, and this show is going to be talking about relationships. We definitely have a lot of experience as far as being healthy.
Yeah.
And with wellness, and we want to continue that love thing going on. We want everybody to be in love, or just love everybody, right?
Yes, I'm a Leo. I love love.
Oh, yeah. I'm a Sag. What sign are you guys? So, you know what? I'm going to put this out there now, but we're going to keep on doing it.
Okay.
So, if you guys want to discuss about love or any type of relationship that you have problems with, give us a call. So, our hotline is right here at 323-293-3375. Also, you can check us out on MorrisMediaLive.com. That's MORRIS MediaLive.com. I'm quite sure it's up there. But call in because,
we want to hear from you.
Yeah. And we want to love you.
Right.
Or we want to change your attitude about love. If you're bitter, angry, upset, hurt, full of pain, we can work it out, definitely. So right. Tell me about your weekend.
Well, one of my friends had a birthday party, so we were
nice.
at Paradise Live
nice.
on Saturday, and we had such a good time. Shout out to Shorty Rock and my baby mama, LaTanya Marshall.
My baby mama.
She's my baby mama, I'm sorry.
I got you.
See, that's another one of those relationship topics we have to talk about.
All right, the baby mama thing, right?
Right.
Oh, my God. The baby mama drama.
No drama.
Yeah.
All love.
Well, there's a lot of it out there, and,
yeah, it is.
Take some understanding.
Yes, it does. It takes a lot of understanding.
It takes working together.
Yes, it does.
And it takes you not being a hater.
And patience.
Woman or man enough to realize that you made a mistake.
And this is about the children.
Well, that's number one. The
right.
children comes first
right.
and not themselves. And if
right.
they think about the children, then maybe it'll be a happier place.
Right. I always say that love should expand. I have been in that predicament.
Oh, really? Let's talk about it. Ooh, some juicy
really?
stuff,
Are you
right?
putting me in the hot seat already? You see this?
I got to. You've been in a poly.
Yeah, but no, that wasn't that. I wasn't talking about that one.
Oh, I done said too much,
you
y'all.
See what I mean?
See, we got curiosity going on. Like I said, if you want to know about this, give us a call at 323-293-3375, y'all. For real.
Yes, but
Ooh.
I know about co-parenting. I know about co-parenting. And my spouse had 3 different baby mamas. So
3.
Yes, and
you're good.
2 while we were married. So, but I deal with the young ladies accordingly, with respect, because they parented, his children with him,
as they should.
And I love on them. They love me. They love me absolutely.
Well, see, I think they love you because you showed love from the very beginning. I think a lot of people, when they get into relationships of people who have kids prior to their relationship, that they have some type of, a lot of insecurity, have thoughts that the kids will not like them.
Right.
Well,
these were born into it.
Oh.
I was here first.
Oh.
Oops.
Okay, well, let's talk about that.
No, let's not.
No, well, we have to talk about...
No, we can't.
No, we have to talk...
Show.
Hold on. Because more so, I'm not saying that men do not deal with women being pregnant by other people.
Right.
But more so, men definitely go out and create outside children.
Yes.
So, when your first experience, what was you going through? How did you feel? Did you feel rejected? Did you feel like he
Leo,
just forbid trust or what?
I think at first, as a Leo, I felt like, why? And then I said, well, it's not like it's shocking, because if we are all very honest with ourselves, we kind of see red flags, and we know, especially women, we have intuition. Mm-hmm. And so when we choose to kind of look the other way, you got to deal with the fallout and the consequences. And that's the adult answer that I would like to give.
What do you mean?
Instead of just
look away? Like,
well, it's there. A kid is already there. What are you going to do?
Well, I've experienced infidelity,
decisions.
But not outside child.
But you know what? It happens.
Not that I know of, right?
So, right. So but when it does happen, what do you do?
Well, you said the term "look away." Are you really looking away? Because the first thing comes to mind is betrayal.
Yeah.
How dare you betray me? Mm-hmm. Okay, and then the second, I think most women go into, well, do you love her more than you love me?
Right.
You don't love me anymore. Or what have I done? We blame ourselves. What have we done to cause for you to go out and to betray me?
Right. I think a part of me may have felt that, but I dealt with it in a different way. Like, we're best friends. You should be able to tell me. Everybody makes mistakes. They're not together now, so obviously, but the children are here, and they're beautiful, they're wonderful, they're amazing, they're smart, they're talented, and that's where my focus is.
Okay, now you said they're not together now, so were you in an open relationship, or was this, ladies and gentlemen, am I hearing things right? Like, you guys need to call in because, I'm sorry, this is what this show is all about. It's about working out all these, because I'm quite sure a whole lot of people have experienced that.
Yeah.
And I would like to hear from them, actually. I really want them to call in. But I do understand friendship. But majority of relationships have not been based on friendship.
Right.
It's been based on lust.
Right.
And when the lust is over,
right,
then all of a sudden now you're in a miserable relationship.
Life starts.
Right. Mm-hmm. Or, you're not being real with yourself because you didn't take the time to really know a person. Mm-hmm. So I do understand the friendship, because I was with somebody for 14 years and we were best friends. And, he had about 5 or 7 women.
Oh, really? Do tell. And how did you feel?
We got a caller.
We got a caller?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Okay.
Caller, who are we speaking to? Say your name.
I'm just riding in my spaceship up and down the street, shooting at the fine women on the block I meet. I'm going down in my studio track by track, letting everybody know DJ Dr. Funkenstein of Uncle Jam's Army is coming back. How you doing, ladies?
How you doing, Dr. Funk?
We have a legend.
Yeah, we do, everyone. Got Dr. Funk on the call. That's sweet of you to call. Yes. So did you hear what we were talking about? Did you bring any outside children in your life? Or have you, I know I'm putting your business out here like that, but we're going to keep it real. This is adult show. Yes. This is adult show and, of just life. Growing.
Okay.
That's true.
Okay.
Have you hurt many women?
Have I hurt
Or
anyone?
have women hurt you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They've hurt me, okay?
They hurt you, so you were the loyal one, actually, right?
It all depends on who I was with, okay? Mm-hmm. Because, see, once you find out what they're about, then it's like saying, oh, okay, I'm just here for a pit stop, all right?
Okay.
Yeah, but when you find somebody, that you think that's the one and everything, and then you get hurt, and then you be like, damn it, Okay.
Well, when you say you be hurt, because is it the fact that you had your mind was a future with that person that hurt you?
Pretty much.
Okay, and would you say, and where's the hurt at? See, that's what we need to understand about hurt.
Through.
Right.
Yeah.
What hurt you? Is it the reality that she just didn't want you anymore? Or you guys outgrew each other? Or you didn't turn her on? You know, what is it that hurt you where you do not accept the responsibility or the accountability in the relationship?
See, what hurted me was this. When I found out that she wasn't liking me the way I was liking her, okay, that hit me real hard, okay? It was like all of a sudden life just came in front of my face. Boom, the meaning of life, okay? You know, and it's like when you sit up here and you try to put your all into a relationship, and then it comes out to where you notice that they don't like you the way you like them, but then what really pisses me off is when you can't even be woman enough to sit down and talk with me instead of trying to, you know, have me on a rope, you know, okay, and just dangling and everything. Say, let me see how far I can get with him. Okay, be woman enough to talk with me.
May I ask a question? Did you ever notice any red flags? Were there any indications that perhaps her attention was elsewhere?
Yeah, it was a grip of red flags, but at the same time, I still wanted to see what this was about, okay?
Right.
All right, because, see, you know, you don't want to sit up here and say, oh, forget it, and then come to find out, you know, it was something about to happen in you know, in a good way. Let me sit back and still watch the TV for a moment and see what's really going on before, you know, I say something.
How long did it take you to make that decision? How long did you wait? How long was your patience?
Less than a week.
Oh, goodness. That's not long. Oh, my God. That's like ADHD. Quick.
Okay.
Channel turn.
And what really gets me, too, is when, you know, when you tell me one thing, but then you go do another. Okay, like if I tell you, come on through, okay? You know, it's just me. Okay, you know, I'm kicking it in my studio, just come on through. And what really hurts me is when you have my number, but you can't even call.
But don't you see the signs? I mean, honestly, after your relationship is over, did you ever think about that you should have had took note of it when you first started dating her?
I took a lot of notes when I first started. Okay.
But I mean, my point, well, no, because see, this is what I'm talking about when lust come in. When lust come in, we kind of like, we're blind. When you say love is blind, I say lust is blind. I don't think love is blind. I think lust is blind. And by saying that, we look at all the things that, because we just can't help it. Our bodies is just tripping and have these urges, and you want to go straight for it. And when you go straight for it, instead of just like taking your time with someone, okay?
Right.
We do not see the signs, although they are there. I just think out of just like, Fireplace Lane was saying, intuition. We all have some type of intuition that is in us that knows that there are, I would say, fires or, where we just, okay, it's fine and I can deal with it. But then once reality sets in, then all of a sudden your eyes are really open. The lust is not there anymore, but there is no love. And what I mean by love, like being in love, not having that passion and realizing this person is only there for a certain time or moment. Because we do have people that come through our life that they're only there for a certain time and a moment. But the issue is not to abuse that moment where you come out with pain and hurt. So if we're honest with each other, You see what I'm saying? And we can be adults about it, to have these conversations about what you really like without feeling all the things of like religion, the way you're raised, how people think, how your society thinks, and just be you. I think that we can all be healthier as human beings and really enjoy life to the fullest and come, to a full achievement of your goals or lifestyles of going through life and passing through people that the higher power have placed in your path to know. And that's a part of growth.
And you got to have communication, too.
Yeah, well, that's the key, definitely.
Yeah, because, see, you don't want to sit up there and be listening to each other breathing, okay? All right, really,
Yeah.
And then, like what I said earlier, too, I said, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna give you a good example, okay? And Silky know who I'm talking about, my ex, okay?
Who shall remain anonymous.
Yes, shall anonymous, right?
Yeah, okay, anonymous, but see, what gets me is, when you have a long history, okay, and it was off and on, all right, then you notice one thing about this person, but yet it's like, okay, let me see where she's coming from. But then she sits up here and tells me all this and all that about how she feel about me, but at the same time, you doing your thing, okay?
Well, she may do feel about you. You guys have been knowing each other for years. It's a growing path. Like when you're in a relationship, everybody don't grow at the same time. And we got to allow, if you really love that person unconditionally, okay, you really love that person unconditionally, then you have to allow that person to grow at their own time. For some people, right, some people, it's not fast enough for them. It's not a right now type of situation. And if we don't allow ourselves to grow, then you don't become together for a lifetime. And see, that's the meaning of soulmates. What are soulmates? Soulmates are people that could have been high school sweethearts, and then they broke apart going to college, and then they got married to other people, had children by other people, and then came into a full circle and end up being with each other for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, and see, here come that word again. Okay?
What
communication.
word?
Communication.
Right. And
okay,
I also...
go
ahead.
See, to me, that's one of the main ones right there. Because like I said earlier, if you are not woman or if you are not man enough to talk, okay, it's like, why even be together? Okay? Don't sit up here and have either or, stringing on the line or whatever. Okay, like I said, you say this and you say that, but then you go do a whole different thing, but then all of a sudden, you do your thing, right? And then they notice what you're doing. Okay?
I got you.
And you try to get them, it's like this. It's like say for instance, if you came across something really big, okay, that was going to set you for life, and then you sat back and you did this, okay, who do I really want to share this with? Okay? Then all of a sudden you pick that person. It could be your ex or whoever, but somebody that you know, that knows you. But then at the same time, you try to explain it to them and everything, and then the first thing you hear is this: well, why you want to pick me? Okay, well, why has it got to be me and everything? Okay, so then what I did was I cut it real short, and I did like this. I said, okay, let me ask you one question, and I just need one answer, and I'm about to get off this phone. I said, do you still have love for me? And it got so quiet, you could hear a rap test on medicated cotton. Okay? All right? This girl, it got quiet. You heard Clint Eastwood, wah, wah, wah. Okay, you heard the wind. You heard the tumbleweeds, everything, okay? So that just straight told me. And instead of me just saying goodbye, before she could even say anything, I just hung up.
Oh, no.
Because I already knew. Because, see, if it takes you that much time, and I just asked you, do you still got love for me?
Let me answer that.
And it's like you know me and you know my whole family, and still, do you have love for me? And you can't even answer that question?
Well, may I ask this question of you?
Go ahead.
Even with a pause, sometimes people just need to stop and think, because what did you want to hear, or did you really want to know her answer? And then by hanging up, you just cut the ties, you cut the communication, period. So we don't even know. You have no idea. You didn't allow her to answer the question. In fact, you took responsibility by answering the question for her. But there are so many, especially I'm a woman, so I can tell you, yes, we have fear. A woman will think about 30 million scenarios before she picks the one that she thinks might be closest to how she feels at that moment. And sometimes as males with a masculine energy, you have to understand that feminine energy requires time. Because if you want it to be authentic, because men feel so much more than women, we're able to, I don't know, love a lot. At least I am as a woman. Expand, right?
We come here loving.
Right,
Men have to learn how to love.
And we go through a lot.
Yes. Because we're born automatically to love.
Right. So she probably thought about all of those things. And I would just encourage you, because it seems like it's very much on your heart, to perhaps revisit by simply saying, you need to listen to hear and understand. Do not listen with a predetermined answer. And if you want healing, it's like ripping off a Band-Aid, because now you're exposed, you're feeling vulnerable, and you have allowed yourself to be that. So now, unfortunately, it's very uncomfortable, but there could be a healing process that takes place. And you never know, if only to have a little bit of closure for yourself.
And more so for men, because they hate the no word.
Right.
They hate the rejection. It gives, you guys work so hard to come up to finally want to say that, will you marry me? Or finally want to say, will you have a dance? You just cannot take anything that's going to allow for you to feel dumb, basically, or you made the wrong move. So I think that plays a lot into it, just by what I've heard. And I think you need to allow her another opportunity if she's still interested in you. That's the point. If she's still interested in you, then you need to apologize, because you did not allow for her to express herself. You already had you assumed a negative part. Yeah, just a little. So I want to thank you for calling us, though. And we're going to talk into that. As a matter of fact, again, call 323-293-3375 if you've been hurt, and or if you just want to, share into what we're talking about as far as relationships are concerned, and whatever that is on your mind, that if you're trying to get with somebody, if you have gone elsewhere, made some mistakes, if you got something you're holding inside that you need to let out, then let it out. You don't have to worry about it. We're not going to tell anybody.
Just the world.
Yeah. But, it's just to heal. It's just to heal, So thank you, Dr. Funk, for calling in from Uncle Jam's Army. That's a pleasure. I love it. Tell everybody.
Yes.
Tell everyone.
And you know what, Dr. Funk, before you leave, I will just encourage you to do this. Learn your love language. There are 5 languages of love, and at some point we will talk about it. But once you know who you are, then you know who you want to also show up, or you can at least provide them with the information. Like, this is how I love, or this is how I interpret the way someone loves me.
Right.
Because sometimes they can love you, but you just miss all the cues because you want them to love you a certain way. And that's not unconditional.
No. That's
she preaching.
That's
right.
I'm just saying.
It could be controlling.
Yes.
And so a lot of people do not realize that they are a controlling person because you've been used to having everything your way.
Yeah.
And, if you don't see the world on the other side besides you, then these type of things do happen.
Right.
In every situation, not just in a love relationship, but in your work environment, you see, with your family. So we have to learn how to share and not be self-centered, not selfish-centered,
Now, ladies and gentlemen.
self-centered.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, given the circumstances beyond our control, this show is going to be off the chain. Okay?
Thank you.
Let me tell y'all something. Okay, wait a minute. You got Miss Silky D now, boys and girls. Okay, let me tell y'all something. Okay, you got Miss Silky D
Get a
here
lesson.
now, and when she get her voice going, I'm gonna tell you, all the men is not gonna be able to walk for a few hours. I'm telling you.
Okay. Well,
now Silky got this new person. Okay?
Double trouble.
And double trouble. Okay, double the pleasure, double your fun. Okay, and it'd be like, wow, it'd be really good. It'd be really messed up when can't nobody get none. Okay, that's what
we want everybody
about.
loving. We want everybody loving, whether it's sexually, physically, mentally. Spiritually,
I like
gotta have that love. Yes. We have to know that what love is, though, because see, everybody signifies love as sex, and it's not. It's more than that. It's like hip hop. Everybody signifies rap as hip hop, but it's a genre of. So sex is a genre of love.
And Silky, what is her name? What is your name again?
My name is Phyre.
Wait a minute, one more time.
Phyre, Phyre. My last name is Lane. Phyre Lane.
Fire.
Yes, that's Fire Blaze.
Miss, my goodness.
Oh, my goodness.
One with the nation. Oh, Lord. She said,
I think we got a fan.
We have a fan.
Yeah, we do.
That's
I'm excited. You're our
Okay.
first fan. And I appreciate you, and I love you very much. Kiss your mom for me.
Hey, I sure will. And your friend got a cool voice. Y'all gonna do this.
Thank
I can
you.
see that right now.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Y'all take care. Have a good one.
You too.
All right, you too.
Now back to your regularly scheduled Silky D and Fire programming. Okay.
I love it. I love it.
Right.
So you mentioned about the 7 love language.
5.
5?
Yes.
Okay, I'm adding 2 in there. Huh?
Right, but that's okay. We're girls. We can do that.
Yeah.
It's allowed.
We can invent some, huh?
That's right. We can invent some.
The 5 love languages. What are they?
Okay, I'm so glad you asked me because you know what? I wrote them down.
Plus, you wanted to get out the hot seat, but we'll
And I
continue
really
that on.
needed to get out of the hot seat, you guys. Really,
I love it,
did.
yeah.
Thank you. I'm starting to sweat over here. Am I shining on this camera,
Yeah,
y'all?
sweet.
That's why. That's called pressure.
It is.
I was between the sheets.
Between, without the E.
And I guess I had a hot flash on it because I threw those sheets right on over.
Okay.
Okay. So anyway, the 5 love languages.
Yes.
Okay, so the first one is words of affirmation. So if you find that you are the type of person that will verbally affirm someone, like I appreciate you, or if you would like for them to say, I appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
Well, I appreciate you. That is a love language.
Yes.
Okay,
I like
so
that.
that is number 1. Number 2, physical touch. Some people are touchy-feely, right? Some people are hands-off.
Yes.
Not as cuddly, but it doesn't mean that they don't love you. It's just not their thing.
Well, yeah.
I'm kind of like that. I'm like
wait,
half.
But hold up. We got a phone call.
We have another call?
Yes, we do. I love it.
All right.
We'll finish the love languages. Caller, speak your name.
This is Mia.
Hi, Mia. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. How was your day today?
Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Very productive.
Good. So how can we mingle with you? What's going on in your mind? Or what would you like to say about this show?
Well, first of all, I like the show. This is my first time watching it, so I think this is pretty cool.
Thank you.
And then, of course, for you all to be talking about love, that's kind of like my language. I'm single right now,
Okay.
but, my daddy always told me it's okay to ride, but don't let your feet drag.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Well, one, I want to ask you this question. Is it by choice?
Not necessarily by choice, just more like when I meet someone, I want to be as enthused about them as they are about me when they feel like I have it going on.
Okay.
And so I don't want to change or lower my standards in regards to what I'm looking for in people.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times when I meet people, if they even just come at me the wrong way, I'll try to give everybody a fair shake. But if we start the kind of typical run-on, one text high, the, hours and hours in between, all that stuff, and it just seems like it's going to be a waste of time, I'm okay with it. I'm just like, I'm cool.
Okay. So I need to ask this question also because I'm single, and I've been single for a very long time. And, besides because of who I am. But, yeah, and that's a bummer because I do want someone, I want to come home to someone, to love me and the whole bit. But I want to ask this. You said standards. Now, are your standards fair, or they are like, as we say, high maintenance? Right.
What are your top five?
Top five.
No, I feel my standards are very fair, and actually they're kind of standards that most people should pretty much have anyway. If you can be faithful and loyal to me, if we can share valuable time together, and we can vibe off of each other and feed off of each other's energy and teach each other, boom.
Okay, so I'm listening to your love languages.
She do have a couple
so
of you, and I love it.
Sounds like the affirming,
right?
The affirmations.
Yes.
So you want someone to check in with you as far as showing you appreciation, right? Are you into physical touch at all? I mean, like, are you a cuddler? Do you want to be holding hands as you walk down the street?
Right.
Do you like him to open the doors? Like, okay, this is your chance, fellas, if you're listening and you are single. We have a single female on the line.
But we have to be
you can always
careful.
Chime in.
Okay, so because we have to be careful about the things that we want a lot because you can be needy.
That's true.
Right.
And you're probably
That's
getting,
true.
and you could give off that type of vibe
right.
of you being needy.
There has to be a balance.
Right.
A balance.
That is, there does have to be balance. Of course, no one wants to be out here looking thirsty and stuff. Of course, so. But I think as far as like standards, and if I'm asking too much, no, I don't. I wouldn't even say I am, because if I'm just looking to be with someone, and I know as a woman I'm going to be doing those things for my man, like uplifting him, supporting him in his dreams, supporting the things that he wants to do, doing my part of the household, stuff like that.
Okay,
and,
yeah, she is
I'm
on the list.
kind of old-fashioned, kind of, so, I say I'm old-fashioned in the millennial ways,
Right.
I'm a kind of baby boomer, but I've adapted and I've adjusted to a lot of stuff, so,
Would you date you, Nia?
We're able to adjust and adapt, so.
Would you date you?
Would I date me? Oh,
Yeah.
man, I have dated me.
All right, that's a
dates
good
and treated
answer. I love
myself,
self-love.
myself
Yes.
to movies and dinner and brought
Now, see,
myself home.
you are my kind of
Relax
woman.
with
I'm going to
my
tell you that right now.
Absolutely.
Oh, I've dated myself, absolutely.
You are my
And
kind of woman.
I've done fancy dates and I've done cheap, small dates where I've just gone to the park and chilled out and read a book.
That's right.
So, I'm adjustable, I'm flexible, but I want someone who's also flexible too. I don't want anyone who's just so set in their ways that they're not willing to be open and experience new things.
Then I just encourage you to just be open, and keep preparing yourself. Keep loving on yourself. There isn't a better way to show someone how to love you than the way you love yourself. That is your status quo. And if you are providing for you, that's like, guys that want you to call him daddy. I say when I was born, my father was 19 years old in a 2-bedroom house. I'm sorry. You have to catch up. Like, I was provided for, is my point.
Right.
And my mother was 18.
Because daddies do take care of their little girls. So if you want that daddy title, you got to take care of your little girl.
That's right.
So.
And you have to be able to come and be the provider. There's a lot of different things, and we'll get into that. But I love it, Nia. You're a wonderful example of a young woman that is learning that delicate balance between independence and wanting, like, that mate, wanting to kind of surrender a little bit.
Well, I have a question.
What?
Nina, I have a question that when you do date, do you, in your first date, do you give out this information of what you want in a relationship?
It kind of, I don't want to, overwhelm anyone. But if someone is asking me, the kind of things that I'm interested in, for example, I'm going to tell someone, well, you know what, I would love to, we could do anything from travel to chill at the house and play dominoes and spades.
Okay.
So I'll put some stuff on the table and kind of fly fish a little bit just to kind of see what kind of feedback I'm getting. Because then this is a way for me to tell if we're even compatible. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And I love that saying, fly fish. Yeah. I saw it the whole...
She said fly fish.
I like every type of sport,
I like that.
So I understand, because it's like a whip, you just kind of fling it out there and pull it back.
It is,
Yes, you just test the water.
And, you're testing the water, fly fishing, and just trying to read them and trying to see if they're even at a point where they can even share at that point.
Yeah, so are you goal-oriented to, while you're out here living the single life, is that your goal to find your mate?
It's not my goal. Honestly, my goal really is just to be a good human being, to make sure I'm taking care of my spirit and to make sure that I'm good.
So you're happy all the time, and I love that.
Yeah, so I try to be happy. I try to find worth in people so that, I can share that love with them without giving out too much of my energy so that I'm drained, So, I try to find a balance, but I'm not out here on the ship, on the ship with, my hand above my forehead, waiting for my sailor to come in. But I do, when I attend events, I do have a tendency to go to places where, I can do a combination of things, because I can go anywhere, to support local artists, to going to an art show, to going to the W.
Okay.
So I'm out there.
Okay, yes, you are. But maybe that out there is in the wrong places.
You know what? And that's the reason I gave those examples, because I thought that for a while, too. I don't want to be out here just in the wrong place and attracting the wrong kind of thing and putting the wrong kind of attention out there.
Right.
But I know that I'm not, because I'm not one of those kind of chicks where dudes think that they can just, quote-unquote, slide into my DM. I don't have those type of issues.
Good.
I don't have that type of drama. So I kind of feel like, okay, what I'm putting out there in the universe is definitely being received by people, because people don't come at me crazy like that.
Okay. Good. Do you have a question for Fireblaze or myself?
Yes, I do. So when you do meet someone who they've been super excited about how you are, how you're living, and the kind of vibe you're putting out there, but then you receive information from them and it's not quite
the same.
Yeah, and you don't want to lower your standards, but you don't want to, have anybody feeling like they're not good enough for you either. That's really a fine balance, and it's really hard to take someone who's interested in you and then kind of end up sliding them into the friend zone. Because I'm a fantastic friend too, but for people that meet you, they want to get with you first, and then you find out that you're not, compatible as far as relationship wise, and you just want to keep them as friends. But most people are not trying to stick around like that. So how do you find that balance?
Well, I feel that that's when the reality come in, where you say what your goals are, what you expect in the relationship. And also let them know that I know that our relationship will not work because of da-da-da-da-da. That might make that person change or grow to get up on that level that you said that you have, or your standard that you have, if he or she is in love with you or want to be with you, if you're the one for them. And the reason why I say that is because, I'm single and I'm also in the game just like you are. And I do understand. I don't think my standards just happen to be respect. As long as you respect me and you have integrity, You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those two things are very important. Trust and loyalty. Than anything else. I think for women, we put so many things on that standard list that we do not find that diamond in the rough. And that diamond in the rough might not be what you're looking for and can be the best person in your life. That's just like, I know you heard the saying, we want tall, dark, and handsome and want them to be 6 feet tall. But here comes this short guy who give you better love than that tall one that you've been waiting years for. So we have to open up our eyes and see the goodness in the person that you're dealing with, because that could be the best person in your life, believe it or not. And that's my advice to you. You know, so don't use the standard word. I think the standard should be respect, integrity, trust, and loyalty. And as long as they're treating you right and not doing you any wrong, and you have a great communication, the communication could be the bomb. And that's, when it comes down to it, that's what you want in a lifetime, because all that other stuff fades out, believe it or not.
Yeah.
You know, and you want someone to love you unconditionally. You want someone to know you, how you look when you're sick. You know, how they take care of you, how, you know, you want someone who loves your gray pubic hairs. I'm just being real about it. I mean,
no, that's real. I have a friend. We knew that she had a keeper when that boy said he wanted to know her blood type. We was like,
okay. You see,
he wanted to make sure if you get sick, he can tell the doctor exactly what's
that's right.
going
Now,
on.
see, and that's what. And come on, now, women, we want that. We want someone, because we have, you know, we got so much against us as far as what beauty is about, so much against us about how we should be looking. You know, we're worried about our weight. All of these things cause stress. All of these things cause insecurity about yourself. All of these things not love yourself. And this is the reason why we have a mass connection of people want to get cosmetic surgery and the whole 9 yards to try to fit into this box. And guess what? We have to learn ourselves and love ourselves, and we have to allow those who really love us for who we are.
And variables change.
Yeah.
You know, a person, what defines a person's worth to me is just their character, who they are when no one is watching. And that's why you have to take your time to get to know someone. Be their friend. Learn how to be their friend. Let them learn how to be your friend. Because unfortunately, a lot of times when a person gets a title, everything changes. Behaviors change. Like all of a sudden there's this laundry list of expectations that no one talked about at the beginning of the relationship.
Exactly.
So
that less thing going on.
Right. And then you have to also think about it like, this is your life.
Yes.
It's your life. So if you have to go to a job and you have to, there are 3 interviews, right? I was an operations manager. By the time you got to me, then, okay, I could see you're kind of worthy because you went through an interview process. So why do we rush into relationships without getting to know who you're trying to get in the sheets with, right?
Right. That's why I appreciate self-esteem.
You have to know,
I do.
you know, and then their worth, because what if he is a good guy and he doesn't have much, but he's smart and he has ambition and, you know, a lot of the qualities, because we're not going to find
could be your
that
number
perfect
one
person.
supporter.
Right.
So why, you know, why are we allowing money or material things or all of these type of things for somebody who loves you for you and will back everything that you do? And you never know. A lot of surprises might come into the play. Or the fact that he might be the only friend that you will have when it comes down to anything, God forbid, anything happening to you. That might be the person to come and be there to rescue you.
Yeah. Like that character. Like if you were ill, just like Silky said earlier, would you make my food? You know, would you take me to the doctor? Will you sit there with me?
Will you bathe me?
Right. If I'm too ill to do that. And if it's all about aesthetics, then it's so superficial.
Right.
That's the superficialness that you are dealing with. And if that's all you are, if your representative is showing up or that person's just showing you their representative, it's not fair, because that's not who you are. I think in all of this, I would like to encourage people to just be authentic. Just be who you are and let that be enough. It's enough. It really is enough. It's your life.
And that guy for your friend that said he wanted to know the blood type, does he have any brothers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, they're engaged and stuff. They're on their way.
She's so blessed.
We called it, and it was
That's
so,
a blessing.
It was so sweet.
Yeah, because you want men to say, I love you when you're bald-headed. They don't care if you're bald-headed, they love you. You know, as they're saying, love your dirty draws, love your dirty draws. So don't...
It's one of the sweetest things ever.
Yes, that is. I appreciate you. Tell everybody to give us a call and check us out. We're going to be here on Monday nights from 7 to 8 right here on Morris Media.
And call us back and let us know about your love life.
Yeah,
girl.
please. Keep calling us and
Give
let us help you out or just become friends. I feel like you won already, actually. That girlfriend talk,
Yeah.
Absolutely. No, I appreciate you, ladies. I appreciate the time and everything. The show is great. And, just keep doing it. And, we'll definitely be talking again.
Oh, thank you so much. You have a blessed evening, Nina. We look forward to hearing from you again.
Oh, thank you so much. Hey, peace, progress, and faith, ladies.
Same to you.
Bye-bye.
She was right. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could tell she's a beautiful person, though. And the fact that I love, she says how she dates her.
Yeah.
You don't hear that.
Right.
You do not hear that.
Self-care. That's what I call it.
Like I had gave myself an engagement ring. I bought an engagement ring for myself, right? Just wanted to have it on my hand kind of thing. So
I think all of us do. Because you know what? I bought
me.
my ring. I bought this one.
Yeah.
So I think everybody does.
Marry me.
That's right.
This is Marry Me. It reminds me.
You?
Yeah, that's Marry Me.
Okay.
I put the big rock on the side.
We're going to have to find somebody, He's got to be so good. You guys just don't understand.
Well, girl has interest. But again, it comes to what we're talking about, the love language.
Right.
And so we mentioned 1, 2, 3.
Affirmation. Right. Is that what it was? Verbally affirming. Words of affirmation. Okay, so then we went over physical touch.
Yes.
So now we are at receiving gifts. So
what kind of gifts?
Just gifts, period. Some people like gifts. Some guys will call women gold diggers.
Gifts, right?
Right. And if you watch Love and Hip Hop, I think a lot.
Hey, we gotta get real. Like sometimes gifts are coochie coupons.
Oh God. I keep forgetting this is adult
This is an adult show, right? So
it's
if you're
talk
offended,
radio.
this is not your show.
Okay.
We're going to keep it real in every aspect.
Right.
So you got to give us a call, 323-293-3375 right here on MorrisMediaLive.com. Between the Sheets, Silky D, and Phyre Blaze Lane.
That's right.
So gifts that
Right.
builds up to coochie coupons.
I guess so. But either way. So this is love language from a male or a female. So yeah, some guys think you got to ply them with gifts. Some females think you have to ply them with gifts. But here's the thing.
That can be confused. That can be confused in buying you.
Right.
Don't
But
you
here's
think?
the thing. If that's all that they have been modeled, then that's all that they know. You can't expect someone to show up or to know something. They're just ignorant. This is where ignorance comes in.
That's true. That's why we have this show.
Right, because no one has shown them, hey, my love language. So suppose I had a gold-digging boyfriend. Well, my love language is...
gold-digging boyfriend.
Right. I like physical touch. And if he has to be, I'm not that for you. You will be on a budget. Unless you could be my certified Ken doll. And then you have absolutely no rights after that point.
Mm-hmm.
But
the Ken doll thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's a relationship, right? Don't you? You have guys that have women that are eye candy. Right? You mentioned
or a trophy.
Right. The trophy wife or the trophy girlfriend, right?
Yes. A lot of guys who have money usually try to find the trophy wife.
Right.
But then the trophy wife ends up being unhappy because she's just sitting on the shelf. And
Looking pretty.
that's it.
But that was her trade-off. So she has to accept responsibility for where she is because that's what she allowed.
Well,
she said
I'm
yes
with you
at
on
the
that.
pulpit.
Everything comes with, I'm not going to say the word price. But everything.
But you did.
Everything comes with a price. So, and what I mean by that, it has consequences when you want to live a certain way or a certain style and a whole bit. And a male's mentality is, hey, I make this, and this is how I want this.
Well, girls do the same thing.
Yeah, they do.
I play devil's advocate a lot.
I like that.
Because I know a lot of girls that will take advantage of a lot of my friends. I don't like that. You know, I don't like that at all. So
I don't either because it can become a dangerous thing or again hurting someone.
Right. This is the
and
hamster
then cause
wheel.
and turn around and create that pain where they mistreat and abuse women or men because of the fact that you caught them out of pure heart. Right. And you twisted it.
Yes. So we have to be accountable for ourselves and each other, but mostly for ourselves. Yeah. The only person I always say, even when I'm talking to my daughters, the only person that we can control is ourselves.
Right. So I want to know about the gifts besides money. Cars.
That is the
jewelry.
Love language. So flowers. Maybe you just want to...
Well, I'm glad you're bringing back that because otherwise than that, I just think everyone just got crazy. They just got to have the cars and the money and the.
But that could be the love language, though.
What about
they have to have something. And some people will look at, I have seen females look at flowers, and I've heard conversations to say, I don't know why he just bought me this. He should have bought me more.
Now that's.
You know what I used to think was the most sweetest
being ungrateful.
thing? My JoJo will bring me a flower. He goes and picks it. I'm trying to teach him not to pick the flower, but he's so wonderful, and he's only 8, and I love him, and he picks me flowers.
And you said try not to pick the flowers?
Yeah, because I'm trying to teach him that flowers grow. We can go outside, and you can say, I want you to have this flower, and then we're going to water the flower.
Now see,
just JoJo, for that. Well, he's 8 years old,
right? But if JoJo was like 28,
and then later
38,
I'll teach him about the forest.
I would have said, "Oh my God, he took the time."
Yes. Oh,
to pick out a certain flower out of the garden. Now that is endearing to me.
Yeah, I want the whole. I jumped over the fence. The dog almost bit me.
Oh, she's doing too much. Oh, we see what you are.
I want
we
that
see what
whole
you're about.
Thing, babe, I jumped over the fence. You don't understand what I had to do for this flower. No, not really. Okay. I'm just being silly.
Well, I love love. I love love too. So let's take out the coochie coupons now. I think picking the flower just to see somebody smile is great. How about that?
Right. But are you trying to say now, what do you get for the coochie coupon? You only get a smile for the flower.
I'm just saying that sometimes No, I'm just, society has made it so that, especially for men, that this is, a lot of men are under that type of pressure where they feel they have to have all of these things to get that woman.
Yes.
And I think that needs to change. Yes. I think the gifts, needs to stay.
Right.
Of the gift of giving.
Right.
That needs to be the situation for relationships.
And appreciation for receiving.
Appreciation. We got a caller.
We got a caller.
Yeah, I love it. You know what? This is our first time. I'm feeling the love. Like really. Like,
we're feeling the love, you guys.
Caller, say your name for us.
Now, look, I had to call back again. DJ Dr. Funkenstein.
Dr. What, Doc?
Now, wait a minute.
What?
Wait a minute. I got one thing to ask, okay? And I heard something that I ain't never heard before. Coochie coupon.
That's Silky.
Okay, coochie coupon.
Coochie coupon. I'm being a lady about it.
Okay, no, that was a good one. That was a good one.
Yes.
And you have, and I'm gonna let you guys go, but I gotta say this. Yes. Mom's just seen your show.
Oh wow! I hope we please because
And she told me to tell you and Miss Fire Blaze Lane that you two keep doing what you're doing. She loves it.
Tell her I
and
love it.
don't
Thank
be
you.
And don't be surprised you hear my mom's on the phone.
Oh, I would love for her to come in. Hey, this is not no young crowd. Well, when we say adults, we're talking about 21 to 100. I look towards wisdom because definitely they got some things to say too now.
That's right.
That's right. But hey, you guys have a good one. I love you guys. Hey, keep doing it, what you're doing.
Thank you.
Coochie coupon. Damn it.
Okay. All right, you're going to hashtag that.
All right, we go.
Hashtag it, right? Bye. So speaking of that, he said his mom, which I'm very honored that she's really enjoying this show and doesn't find it offensive. Mm-hmm. I just read an article today about people who are 80 through 98 have been aggressive sexually.
Yeah.
They still get their groove on
my
in their survey.
Tell me stories too. So yeah, it's true.
Oh,
active. But a lot of people in my family live a long time, and they were still holding hands at 98, 99.
That's what I'm talking about.
So beautiful.
Yes.
So beautiful. My uncle used to come over, and his wife was older than him. Mm-hmm. So I think at the time they were like maybe 94 and 98, something like that. And they're all of like maybe 4'8" because they're Mexican and little and tiny.
Oh, what you trying to say that all Mexicans are short?
Well, my family.
Well, they're not. I know that
part of my family will on my mom's side.
I am Mexican and black also.
And
so
you're beautiful, but you're
tall.
But genetically.
Yes.
Okay, but it just, I'm giving you a visual because they were so cute and little.
Right.
So then my girls, they would come over and visit us, and my girls would just love to watch them because they would still drive, and he'd drive her, and he'd open the door, and she'd get out, and they'd hold hands.
See.
And they had that type of connection and love where he was still, when they would talk, they would gesture toward each other.
Yes.
It's just a beautiful thing.
And that's why we have this show, because we want to encourage relationships like that. I, too, both my grandparents, my father's parents were centurions, and my grandmother had, both of her legs were amputated, okay? And I watched my grandfather bend down and kiss my grandmother on her forehead. And when he walked out, he was a minister. She wheelchaired herself to the window, and she said,
What?
That man.
See?
And I was like, oh, wow. I'm a teenager, like, wow. And then my aunties are like, oh, yeah, they still get it on.
Right.
And they're in their 90s, right? I was like, oh, wow. So that made me, at that time, see, our youth do not see this.
Right.
That's why it's so important. And then my grandparents on my mom's side, well, my grandmother, I didn't find out, she was 17 years older than my grandfather. And he would never tell us. Now, that's what, wow, he never told us how old he was on his birthday, right? So now I understand why.
Right.
But, I love the pastime to watch them as a child, where they slow dance, in front of me and stuff. And, or he was always like, I don't know what it is that men got to smack you. I don't know what that's about. Hey, can we get a caller to call in and tell us what that smacking is all about? You just got to smack me on my butt? Well, like what? I want to know what that's about.
We got to add that to
we got a caller, another caller.
We do?
Yes. Isn't that? Oh, wow.
Somebody's going to close out their show.
What's the name?
What y'all doing?
Hey.
I'm feeling you. You getting the temperature rising.
Well, who are we speaking to? We want to know your name.
Oh, my name is Spooky White.
All right, Spooky White. It's okay. You don't have to tell me your real name. It's cool. Nice to meet you. You like the show so far?
Yeah. What do y'all know about Kunyara?
What language is that?
Oh, it's not. It's Rwandan. Y'all need to be up on the Rwandan ladies' sexuality.
Oh, well, I don't know.
Well, I said, because I do know that it goes back into our indigenous ways.
Yeah.
And I do know that we have the freedom to love who we are, and we do it mentally as well as spiritually. So when you do involve yourself with someone, okay, and when you transfer that type of energy into another person, right, you can walk away not feeling like, you've been lust or taken advantage of or anything, you know that
that's a healing
that person,
session.
right? You know that person has been loved, and they know that you love them, although you are not together.
Right.
And that's what you know about. That's what I know about it.
Oh, I don't know about that, but I know about that.
You know what? And hey, I got to commend you, because trust me, a whole lot of people don't understand it. Knowing that you're creating this universe and transferring that type of love energy for that person to know that they are loved and they respect you and can walk away not feeling like you've used them or anything like that.
That's a healing
so
session.
that's really cool, and we will get into that. I'll bring that topic up on one of our nights.
I want to know.
I thank you for that, Spooky.
Yeah, I walk around with a shirt that says "I love Kunyara."
Yes.
And it's a beautiful word. And,
yes, it is.
Can you spell that for me, please?
Yes, it's Kunyara. Kunyara.
Kunyara.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to look that up.
Yeah, look that up, because what you're breaking down for the listeners is the ethereal, the esoteric aspect of Kunyara.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
And I think for the
and that's what queens do.
That's right.
Even
that's
when
what
they don't know
queens
the
are
word.
supposed to do. No, that's what queens are supposed to do, and that's the reason why she's able to bring a community together. Mm-hmm. And the men that represent her, the gladiators and your warriors and your kings. That's why she has that high wisdom and respect. So, our show is. Hey, our show is ending. We're going to have to, maybe, we might extend it another time. Right. But we're going to end it. I appreciate you. Would you give us a call next week?
I'll give you a call next week, and y'all give me your thoughts about Kunyara.
Yes, I'll be ready for you.
All right, I'll be ready.
All right. Well, thank you for calling Between the Sheets. I'm Silky D.
And I'm Fireblaze Lane.
And we're right here on Morris Media Studio. Yeah. on MorrisMediaLive.com. Mm-hmm. And tune in. We'll be here next week, and we're going to talk about some other... That was deep. I like that.
Yeah, I did too.
Did you have fun?
I had so much fun.
Yeah. I want to thank Poetess.
Thank you, Poetess.
That's right, for having us here on Morris Media Studios.
Yes, and thank all of you for joining
so make sure you contact her or put it up there that you love this show. And any subjects that you want to talk about, we'll be able to bring in here on the show. We are expecting guests. We want guests to come on this show as well. And, want everybody to love each other. Yeah. I love you.
And I love you too.